Greetings, developers, metaverse builders, and all hackathon participants. I hope all of you are having a great Wednesday. We are here for another Moralis live stream event during the Moralis Cronos Metaverse Gaming Hackathon. I hope everybody's as excited as I am. So today I'm here with DZN, who comes on behalf of our premier hackathon sponsor, RockX. He's going to talk about how to accelerate our Web3 development through reliable and performant node access. Go over some details to how you can get connected with the products that they offer and how it can help you in your development, even during this hackathon. So let's welcome DZN to the stage.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here with us.
All right, great. It's a pleasure. So now, without further ado, maybe let me share my screen.
Yep, perfect.
Excellent.
We got that up here.
Excellent. So thank you. Hey, I'm DZN. I'm head of strategy at RockX. So today we're going to talk about how can we accelerate your growth with RockX Access Node APIs. So it's a mouthful. We'll run through it in more detail. Meanwhile, if you have time, please feel free to visit access.rockx.com to find out more while we chat and talk. So now, on top of everyone's head, web developers, Web3 developers, how do we accelerate growth? What's growth actually mean? It means different things to different people. So let's have a quick glimpse of the market as we see. So Web3 games are getting very, very popular, especially the play-to-earn type of games. So now let's see what does growth mean to game developers. Some would say huge number of users, a lot of stickiness. Some would say huge transaction volume. Some would also say a large amount of balance in terms of the outstanding amount stored in the items created, like the NFTs or the crypto prizes earned and won during the process of playing games. So on the left-hand side, what we can see is that a few of the top key Web3 popular play-to-earn games is very interesting. I'm sure all of us know quite a number of them. Now then, let's zoom out a little bit. Take a bird's eye view. For all of us to be successful, we'll probably need to learn from those that are already pretty popular and pretty successful. So let's see, can we identify what are the similar traits or characteristics that we see across this top 8 that we have on the left-hand side? So maybe one of the most common thing that I can see here is that these popular Web3 games are on at least one blockchain. Yep. So let's say Alien Worlds, it's on Wax, it's on Binance. Axie Infinity, it's on Ronin and Ethereum. So it's across different chains. And of course, today we're talking about Cronos, and Cronos could be one of it as well. So now, these popular Web3 games, they are all connected to at least one blockchain. Some we even identify they are 5 or 6. So that means users, players, they can play and collect different types of cryptos or tokens or NFTs. So based on the latest price today. So it could be one of it as well. Some are more valuable, some are less valuable. So the more the merrier for some games. So then let's see, why are these popular Web3 games so popular? Because we want to create something that players are attracted to. That's the most important thing. So now, 3 key things that we've identified. It creates an excitement for players to get paid while playing all these games. And at the same time, what are they getting paid? Got NFTs, cryptos, right? So the future value of these NFTs, cryptos earned, they are huge. Potential future value could be huge. That's why players are super attracted to these. And last but not least, because blockchain, it's safe, it's not centralized, right? It's decentralized. So the secure ownership of any of these in-game items, they are secured. So they can transfer with their wallets in and out after they've earned certain amount of, let's say, Ethereum or Cronos. They can transfer it out into their MetaMask and do something else with it. So it's secured. It's no one can. It's not fungible. So it's all safe. Now, having known that players are very attracted to popular Web3 games, especially the play to earn types where they can earn NFT and cryptos, this presents an opportunity for game developers. So then, what do we need to do to capture these opportunities? 3 key things that we've highlighted. Number 1, of course, most importantly, is create the games that players want. That's a game developer's forte. Then next is introduce and integrate these elements of NFTs or cryptos into the games. How do they earn? How do they get all these prizes while they play the game? And last but not least, from the more back-end perspective, it's, yes, we need to get access to blockchain data, without which we can't interact and let the users earn the cryptos or NFTs required. So blockchain data is very, very important here. All right, then the question now would comes to what type of before we deep dive into how to get all these blockchain data, you may be wondering, okay, so what type of blockchain data should I get access to? How many dimensions are there? I would generally say it's 2 dimensions. One would be which chain, is it a Cronos or other chains? And the other dimension is the types of data within the chain itself. Let's look into it in more detail. So this is the second dimension that I've mentioned. Let's say we are looking into Cronos as one of the blockchains. Okay. Now then, within Cronos blockchain, there are a lot of different types of data that we can get access to. So now, what would you? Okay, Dizian, what are you talking about? Okay, so now, blockchain data are stored in nodes. Nodes are like servers. There are a lot of different types of nodes. Generally, let's call them these 4 types of nodes. From left-hand side, it's called lightweight nodes. In the middle, it's called full nodes. Then we have archive nodes. And lastly, it's index node. And all these different types of nodes, it has different characteristics. And their characteristic depends on the amount of data within the nodes. At the same time, it's the complexity and the complexity of the data within each of these nodes. Let me further simplify this. Okay, so let's take an example. Full nodes in the middle, they have, for Cronos, for example, they have about 360,000 most recent blocks of information within full nodes. It stores the most current state of the blockchain ledger. It does not contain every single thing up to Genesis, no. So it contains the most recent state, 360,000 blocks, give more or less, give or take, right? Now, this, for game developers, usually it's sufficient, unless we are trying to explore more into the historical data side of things that goes way beyond the 360,000 blocks. So these, let's say, analytics firms, big data, they want to study the historical trading patterns or look at huge, big analytics all the way. So that would require archive nodes, the third one on the right-hand side. Now, sometimes access node providers like us will try to even do more. We try to organize and store all these archive nodes so that it will be very easy for anyone to be able to fetch all the data rather than writing tons and tons of codes, because the data, after it's being organized, we store it in index nodes. These are very organized, very easy to find. One line of code, you can get forever and ever lots of data. All right, so now, then these are how it's distributed, the types of nodes. So, and lightweight nodes, of course, on the bottom left, it's very recent, and they only contain the headers of the blocks. Not too useful. Won't really recommend it for game developers because it's just too lightweight. It may not help you. Let's say help you in terms of what sense? Let's say we want to check the historical, the balance. Let's say we want to check the balance of the user's wallet. Then we'll need a full node. Let's say we want to do do MetaMask transactions. Want to do something with communicate and do some transactions or do some queries. Full nodes should be sufficient because we do not need to go past all the way to the archive historical manner. All right. So I hope this gives us an overview, understanding of different types of data within a single chain itself, and where are they stored? What type of nodes are they stored? All right. So key takeaway from this slide: full nodes should be sufficient for game developers, unless we want to look at a lot of historical state information. So now, okay, fine. Thank you, Dijian. Now I know, okay, within a chain that I have selected, maybe it's Cronos. Now there are a lot of different types of nodes. So for us, game developers, maybe full nodes should be sufficient. Okay, good. Now then, what's next? How do I get access to this full node? I have an understanding now. Fine, I want to get access to it. To do all this transaction and integrate it with my MetaMask, right? And do maybe some API communications to check wallet balances of my users, and maybe even look at how many users do I have so far. All this information we can get from the blockchain. Okay, now then, how do we get the data? Generally, there are two ways of getting it. One is build and host your own. Number two is via access node service providers like RockX, right? So now let's look at the cost implication of these two different options, and time as well. Resource is key. So for self-hosted node, the estimated cost per month is about $10,000 per month if we want to host it ourselves. Because why? The further breakdown will be apart from the cloud and infrastructure fees, there will be additional costs of engineering team that needs to monitor it 24/7. At the same time, also try to scale it. If let's say we anticipate there's a lot of traffic, our game got very, very popular. Oh no, one node is not enough. Okay, let's try and set up one in time very, very quickly. So self-hosted node, it comes with all the time and cost commitments. It drains away your time as game developers to do what you do best. So then, what's the alternative? Use an access node service provider like RockX. And the good news is you can start from free. As support to the communities, we do offer free plans up to 100,000 requests per day, which is quite generous for anyone to register an account and try and use it. So it's available for Cronos and all the other 15 chains that we support as well. So all the chains, there are free versions that all of us can use and try. Please feel free. Register an account at RockX, access.rockx.com, and you can go and play around. And we also have a very fancy API dashboard that you can check your usage statistics and even create your own unique API as well. API key, very unique, and it's very secure as well. Now, if let's say we want more than just the free versions, yes, there are paid versions which are very affordable as well. Flexible is we don't lock you down forever and ever. It's just pay as you go on a monthly basis, starting from $99 per month, which is very, very affordable. If let's say you're okay with 100,000 requests per day, you can use the free versions forever. Right, and we do all the 24/7 monitoring, uptime, and we'll scale it accordingly. We'll handle all the back end. So this is recommended for the quality of service, cost, and peace of mind, so that you can focus, game developers can focus 110% on the best things that you do, which is developing an awesome game that I'll play and I'll spend a lot of time playing and try to earn some cryptos meanwhile. Okay, so on the right hand side, instant connectivity. Why RockX? Why access node service providers? Instant connectivity, high availability. It's very, very secure and robust, and it's easily scalable. So we can do all this for game developers. So you do not need to worry about doing this because it does take a lot of effort, and we're here to help and provide a service. Okay, then now, how does all this help accelerate my growth? One key thing, it's always focus, focus, and focus. All the great entrepreneurs in the world, great business owner, they always say, how to be successful? It's by being very, very focused. Be very focused at what we do best. And maybe try delegate some of the items to someone that you can trust, or some partners that has proven good track record, uptime 100%, no problem, right? So a lot of different groups of clients use RockX access node APIs to get connected very simple, in a very simple manner, instantly and securely to more than 15 blockchains. A lot of them, and more are coming soon. The next one is coming up in a week's time. End of August, we'll have one more. So, and across all of these 15 chains, there's a free version. There are full access node as well, and then there will be archive nodes too. And if there are things that is out of this list, just get in touch with us. We can set up one for you to test and trial within a week. We can set up one, and then there you go. But those will be on a dedicated node path that we create for you and just for you. So Web3 game developers, DApp developers, exchange, payment gateway custodians, analytic firms, block explorers. Yep, they're all our clients, and they trust us, they use us. We're pretty big. So that's a good thing for you to consider. Try go to access.rockx.com to create a free account and start playing. Okay, then you may ask, like, okay, Dizian, you said a lot. Now, how do I actually get this free blockchain data access? How does the API look like? Can you show me something that works, like step-by-step guide? How does it work? So this video that I'm going to show you, it's on our Twitter page as well, RockX Twitter page. After this, there's a very lovely voice by my colleague. Unfortunately, after this, when I click play, it doesn't really show. I'll have to do the voiceover for her voiceover. So she has a very lovely voice. You just go to our Twitter page for RockX, RockX official. Then yep, you can hear her voice there and replay this video as many times as you would like. So now let me show you the step-by-step how you can go to access.rockx.com, sign up for a free account, select, today will be a Cronos chain, and then how do you find your API keys? And then you can also create your API keys, but we are not showing you today. And then after that, we'll show you how let's test it out on this video itself, right? On a terminal. And then the dashboard is pretty cool. You can see, oh, okay, finally ding, you make a one call, you see the one call ding appear. And so we're going to show you that to prove that it works. Okay, without further ado, let me play the video. So now let's go to access.rockx.com, click sign up, fill in before the details, emails, verification codes. Yep, and key in your username and password again. Good, congratulations, you are in. Choose the blockchain required, subscribe for the free plan, and then click pay with balance. It's free anyway. Yep. Okay, now you've got it. So then click the view API key, check the total request. Now it's 0 for now. Scroll all the way down. Yeah, you can either create a new API or view API key. one of it, click copy. I would recommend the bottom one if you're trying the terminal. Paste into the terminal, and it should work. So let's see. Return of 2-3 minutes later. Congratulations, you successfully made your first API request. So there you have it. It works. And yeah, you can create up to 10 unique API keys. All of your API keys, you can add origin as well. Just make sure we include HTTP referrer on the origin. Then it will be very secure. That means only your API key is only for you and for the website's origin that you have mentioned. So let's say you own ilovehawaii.com, right? And your origin, you state ilovehawaii.com. Only access request that comes from ilovehawaii.com will be allowed to pass through, and it's one of the ways that we make it very, very secure. So this API key, if I may go back a few seconds, the API key that you see here, yep, there are a few versions. There's an API key HTTP. There's also a getting started version for your terminal. So these API keys, you can easily use it, your unique version, of course. You just copy your API key and put it on your MetaMask. The RPC URL is the same thing, yeah. And you can use it to connect your MetaMask and then to your game as well. So that's the power, how powerful it is for the API keys. All right. Then last but not least, RockX is proud to offer and sponsor a 10,000 prize pool in a mix of USDT, USDC tokens, as well as RockX access node credits for the top 10 projects that utilize RockX access node APIs in this hackathon. So eligibility, please try and use. Just subscribe. It's free anyway, no cost to anyone. Go to access.rockx.com, sign up for an account, and if you think it's okay, use it, right? So use it in your game. And then what's the prize breakdown? First, second, third, fourth, and to the 10th, everyone gets a prize. So the first is 2,500 USDC or USDT plus $500 credits. Second prize is $1,500 in USDC or USDT plus $500 credits. Then third place, $1,000 in USDC, USDT plus $500 credits. And fourth to 10th, you get $500 in access node, RockX access node credits as well. These credits you can use to subscribe to offset your the plans that you would be using, the more expensive plans where you get a lot more requests than the free plans. So these you can use for the subscriptions. Evaluation criteria, we will do it towards the end. Of this hackathon, quality of functional implementation, quality of design and the UX, potential impact, as well as creativity of the ideas. Let's say if you decide to use multiple different chains, for example, and yeah, your user can earn different type of things and get different type of tokens, that's perfectly okay as well. So yeah, throw out all the creative ideas. Let's see, may the best game win. And on the right hand side, just a little bit more on operations. So how do we do it in more detail? So I've mentioned a bit just now. So please create an account at access.rockx.com. Then after that, please go to our contact page. Drop us a note at www.rockx.com/contact. In there, just use the email that you register at access.rockx.com. Let us know what's the email address so that we can also monitor things and help you out if any. Then tell us what's your project name, and most importantly, why you should win. And at the same time, it's a community. We want to learn from each other and get feedback to be better as well. Let us know what are your thoughts after trying out RockX access node APIs. Anything that we can do better or you think we could consider, let us know. So drop us a note at our contact page. And last but not least, please feel free to use as much as possible of our access node APIs in your Web3 game development in this hackathon, or future as well. So the more the merrier. The free versions are there, free forever for everyone. All right. So last but not least, thank you, and thank you for spending time listening to me. So feel free to scan and stay updated and stay connected at rockx.com. Here's our Twitter and Discord channel as well. So I'll hand it back to Phil.
Thank you, DZN. So happy to have you here, and thank you for the presentation. I noticed when you were mentioning the video, I actually I'm going to share my screen here real quick. I just want to show anybody who's in GatherTown. If you're not in GatherTown already, please join us. There's a link at the bottom of the video. I've added a little TV on a stand here. If you select X when you're nearby it, that'll bring up the quick guide to accessing on-chain data written by RockX. And that has in it the video that we were talking about here. So feel free to check that out. And there's additional details here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we do have some time for some questions here on the live stream. And then we're also going to continue question and answer in GatherTown in about 15 minutes. So love to take some questions now. I know we have Spencer monitoring the chat. Spencer, did we have any questions that came in during the presentation? Perfect. What happened to a game grows to? So the question is, if a game grows quickly, how does RockX help scale the additional demand that's needed as the game grows?
Thanks for the question. So to start off with, let's use the free version to test it out, right? It's free. Then we know that soon we'll be growing to a higher tier. Subscribe the growth plan is pretty cheap as well. And if let's say we overgrow ourselves from the growth plan, there are add-on packs, a mini version as well as a large version. So use those versions as well. Those would help you supplement the things that you need more, the requests. You buy an additional pack, add-on pack. A large add-on pack will give you up to 1 million, I think, requests per day. That's a lot, right? So some people can subscribe up to 2, 3, even 4 add-on packs. Our servers can handle that as well. So at certain point in time, you might want to okay, DZN, or just drop into the contact page just now and just say, hey, RockX folks, I need a dedicated node because I'm growing too big. Just drop an email. We'll get it sorted out within a week for you as well.
That's great advice. And just in general, I encourage you, as your dApps grow, stay in communication with your API and infrastructure providers, because they want you to be successful as well. They want to help you scale as you grow, but they may not always know that you have a big event coming up. And so communicating with them about that, talking about the amount of users that you expect, all of that can help prepare in advance to make sure that you're ready as you scale.
Mm-hmm.
See, kind of the key to I see, because your because RockX maintains quite a variety of blockchains at once. Is there a trick to maintaining that much infrastructure at once? I mean, really, you guys maintain even more infrastructure than we do on Moralis. Obviously, we support several chains, but I noticed a few there that we don't even support yet.
Mm-hmm. The key thing is, I guess, we remain very, very focused and do what we do best. So very specialized. We have a huge dedicated team at the back end that manage all these nodes and make sure they are up and running 24/7, 365. So that's the short answer, being very, very focused to make it successful and good for everyone in the community.
That's a great question. I think I can take this one here. What's the best practice for using Moralis products in conjunction with RockX ones? RockX and Moralis are very compatible protocols. And the reason why is, so Moralis is an industry-leading API, and it's going to help you with authentication. It's going to help you with keeping a consistent ID between blockchains for your users. So it's going to group accounts, which are the same between unlike blockchains into one account. And it's going to help you with NFTs and things like that. But all of this is done without talking directly to the node. It's optimized through the Moralis systems.
Mhm.
Now, you need to talk directly to the node whenever you want to perform an on-chain function. So if I want to move assets from my wallet to someone else's, that's an on-chain function where I'm actually publishing a transaction to the blockchain. And those types of things do need direct node access. So that's where RockX comes in. If you're looking for data that's already on-chain, Moralis is the ticket. But if you're looking to change on-chain data, that's where you need RockX and you need that node access.
Absolutely. And at the same time, we can be complement to each other, right? So certain chains that you may need that Moralis currently do not have, yes, we can help out each other. At the same time, I believe Moralis have a very good SDK as well that it aggregates across from different service providers too on the back end. So yeah, it's a win-win for everyone. We just want the best for the community and make Web3 grow as big as possible.
100%. Does RockX, I assume that you do support the Cronos Testnet as well?
Currently, it's at the back end that we are doing it internally. Soon we'll put it up. So right now, 100% is mainnet for both full node as well as archive node. We're one of the few service providers for Cronos that has archive node as well if you need. So testnets we're doing internal.
And just so that everybody's clear, when it comes to submission time at the end of the hackathon, I know we have a few weeks now still, but those do require that you have the dApp functioning on the main net. So RockX can definitely help there.
Yes, definitely. And it's free. It's free. Go try it. Use it.
All right. Yes, it is a sword.
Wow.
So
looks good.
Talking about my decorations,
Nice.
but we'll save deeper conversation on that for another day. All right. Well, I see that it looks like we've gotten through the questions that we had waiting here. I'll wait around for another 1 or 2 minutes to see if any questions come in. But otherwise, we're going to take about a 10, 15-minute intermission, and then we're going to meet everybody over in GatherTown. If you're itching to learn more about RockX, I would say start with that guide that we have posted in GatherTown. Go through that. And then if you have questions, reach out through some of the channels that we've put up here. Oh, we do have another question. Oh, rate limits on the free node. Can you give some additional information there?
All right. So rate limits for the free versions, it's in terms of per second. I guess everyone is interested in the per second, super huge spike and boost, right? So it's about 25 requests per second. That's the max. Now, in terms of total in a month, how many you can use, I think it's clearly listed there on our webpage. I think it's 30,000 for Cronos per day, if I'm not mistaken. Multiply that by 30 days in a month. That's all about it.
And a lot of that'll become more important as we take our dApps to production, which really isn't, and of course, everybody's development journey is going to look different. But by and large, you should be able to start your development process with the free version during the hackathon and achieve a lot of what you're looking to accomplish that way. Then once you've gone to production, look into some of those scaling options and go from there.
Scaling and diversification. See which ones you want to use. Pick and choose. There are a lot for you to play.
Well, thank you to everybody for joining us here. Very much love coming and meeting with you guys first thing in the morning today, for me anyway. If you're in the US, it's early in the day, but couldn't think of a better way to start the day than with a hackathon workshop, and looking forward to meeting with all of you one-on-one and in groups in GatherTown. So we'll see you guys there in just a little bit. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you. Take care. Bye.